Have you ever noticed how overthinking can make a simple task seem like climbing Mount Everest? Welcome to our discussion about the perplexing world of overthinking. It's this mental quicksand that pulls us down, making our lives unnecessarily complicated. Why do we overthink? Simply put, it's fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of the unknown, and sometimes even fear of success. This constant second-guessing drains our energy and sabotages our productivity. Overthinking can significantly hamper our productivity, but don't worry, we have some effective strategies to share. Tip number 1, practice mindfulness. You see, mindfulness is the art of being present, of living in the moment. It's about focusing on the task at hand, rather than letting your mind wander into the labyrinth of what-ifs and should-haves. This is a surefire way to keep overthinking at bay. Moving on to tip number 2, break your task into manageable parts. Don't let the enormity of the task overwhelm you. Instead, dissect it into smaller, digestible chunks. This way, you can focus on one piece at a time, thus reducing the room for overthinking and boosting your productivity. And finally, tip number 3, set a designated time for decision-making. By allocating a specific time to make decisions, you're preventing your mind from constantly pondering over them throughout the day. It's like setting a boundary for your thoughts and keeping them in check. Remember, every big task starts with one small step. Moving on to the 4th tip, adopt a positive mindset. A positive mindset is like a light at the end of a tunnel, guiding you out of the maze of overthinking. When you view challenges as opportunities, you're less likely to get stuck in unproductive thought loops. It's about seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. The 5th tip is to avoid perfectionism. Perfectionism is a notorious accomplice of overthinking. It creates a cycle where you're constantly analyzing and critiquing your work, never satisfied with the results. Break free from this cycle by embracing the beauty of imperfection. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. They are stepping stones to success. Finally, the 6th tip is practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over every little mistake. Self-compassion helps you to accept your flaws and helps you to move forward without the burden of self-criticism. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. The 7th tip is to stay physically active. When you keep your body moving, your mind tends to follow. Physical activity is not just about keeping your body fit, it's also about giving your mind a break from the constant churning of thoughts. A brisk walk, a yoga session, a dance class. Choose whatever suits you best and watch your thoughts become less crowded. Next up, tip number 8, limit your social media usage. In this digital age, we're constantly bombarded with information. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of posts, tweets, and updates, leading to an overload of thoughts. By setting boundaries around your social media usage, you could significantly reduce the time spent overthinking. Tip number 9 might seem a bit more serious, but it's necessary. Don't be afraid to seek professional help if needed. Overthinking can sometimes be a symptom of underlying issues like anxiety or depression. If you find yourself constantly stuck in your thoughts despite trying various strategies, it might be time to seek help from a professional. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. Finally, we arrive at the 10th tip, practice gratitude. This might sound cliché, but it's one of the most powerful tools to combat overthinking. When you focus on the things you're grateful for, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. This leaves little room for overthinking as your mind is busy appreciating the present. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. So, those were the 10 tips to help you stop overthinking and start achieving more in life. Let's quickly recap. We began by discussing the significance of mindfulness, focusing on the present moment rather than getting lost in the labyrinth of what-ifs. We explored the importance of setting tangible goals and breaking them down into manageable tasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. We also touched on the practice of regular physical activity to clear the mind, and the benefit of journaling to organize thoughts. We delved into the power of positive affirmations and the influence of a good support network to help you navigate through overthinking. The role of a balanced diet and proper sleep was also emphasized, as they directly impact mental health. Lastly, we highlighted the need for self-compassion, to understand that it's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. Remember, the key to productivity is not in thinking more, but in doing more. So stop overthinking and start doing.